Hello everybody, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Yeah, I'm wearing the President Barack Obama t-shirt again. I guess one guy is offering me money to burn it. But to me it's symbolic of what's going on. Did the title get your attention of this video? Ferguson equals Idiocracy? For those of you who don't know, Idiocracy is a movie. If I remember correctly, it's based in the year in the 2500s, where the country has devolved to such a point that the idiots are in control. And the funny thing is, if you watch that movie and then you ponder, contemplate what's going on today, you see that the movie should have been made about the 2100s. Because we got idiots running the country. I mean, this Ferguson thing is just so idiotic. I mean, we've got people who won't look at the facts. But let me roll back a little bit, because I think you have to just look at it. You know, you got people comparing Ferguson to Selma. No. You see, the differences are much greater than the similarities. You see, back then, you had innocent people being victimized. You had innocent blacks being hung, shot by cops. You've had witnesses, but they get in the court of law and the court finds these people not guilty. And that just touched off the riots that we saw back then. The whole civil rights movement. But you see, today we've got something different. We've got these thugs who are challenging the police, and the police respond with deadly force. We got these thugs who are challenging citizens, and these citizens respond with deadly force. It's totally different. You see, we've got evidence that shows that the cop feared for his life. I mean, if some 260-some pound guy came after me, you dang right he's going to learn how Mr. Remington works. It's just crazy. But you see, that's just part of it. So we got these people with this mindset. It's trying to compare apples to oranges when there's not a comparison at all. But then we've got a system that we all know is flawed because it's run by idiots. And they just make matters worse. And you got these people, everything's getting fueled by emotion. They're just fanning the flames. Literally now, because they burn the town. But you see, that just goes back to the idiocracy. It's idiocracy when you burn the place you live in. It's like one guy said, how stupid can they be when you burn the O'Reilly store, the auto parts store? What if you need parts for your car? How are you going to get them? It's just stupid. And even beyond that, people breaking in to a hair supply place and running out with weaves. Idiocracy. What does that do? It does nothing. I mean, if you've got this much anger and you're willing to violate the law, then direct it at the appropriate channels, like maybe town, city hall, maybe the police station. That's where this anger should be directed. I mean, and if you want to do it in a non-violent way, where's Jesse Jackson, where's Al Sharpton, when all they could do, rally, get the people, sign them up to vote, you know, get a recall, throw out the city councilors. I mean, it's just idiocracy. And it's just layer upon layer of idiocracy. You bring in the National Guard and you don't, and you put them in places that don't defend the people. I mean, the store owner that this guy, Michael Brown, that beat up and stole from, his store got burned. And the thing is, I think he's of Indian descent or maybe Asian descent. I'm not 100% sure. But how come they're not calling that a hate crime? And the whole idea of hate crime's stupid. It's idiot. It's idiocracy again. I mean, it's either a crime or it's not. Calling it a hate crime, that's just idiocracy. It doesn't matter. And you see, the thing is, most of the time, you guys know, I go with logic and reason. I say you base things on results. So, what's the result here? We've got a kid dead, but the result is because it was his own undoing. It was his own idiocracy. You know, we've got the town being burned down because of idiocracy. These people who are getting all emotional don't look at the facts. All they do is they see one thing and they jump to conclusions. I mean, this is supposed to be a country of law. But when you got this idiot who breaks the law, well, I mean, you follow the leader, right? Idiocracy. It just makes me sick because, see, I grew up through all that. I was in Washington, D.C. I was in that area during the riots. But, my father told me, you ain't going out there. You're not doing that. You're not going to be with those idiots. And that's what he used to call them, idiots. He taught me right. But you see, that's what's wrong with this country, is that the children aren't being taught right. They're being taught wrong. Their role models are thugs. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe this is becoming a rant, but it just infuriates me. How these people are acting. They're basically a disgrace to the race. I mean, it's just... And the leaders, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, these idiots. This idiot, disgrace to the race. They do nothing to uplift. They do nothing to encourage things that will show people the way out. They're all about handouts. Well, how about handing out more education so people don't need handouts? It's one thing to offer a helping hand, but it's another thing when the other hand, one hand's helping and the other hand's holding you down. Idiocracy, my fellow Americans, idiocracy. Wake up and smell the idiocracy.